I have now been a professional game reviewer for 8 years. I initially started creating a bunch of gaming content on the internet in about 2013. I got more serious about it, and then I ended up quitting my day job in 2016. And in this time of a decade of stuff, of beating games, of making videos, the question I get by far more than anything else is how the heck do I do it? How do I put out, so many major, big, gigantic reviews? Sometimes they look like they're coming out back to back. Well, I want to explain how this works with some actual direct examples to sort of show a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Are you ready? Here we go. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, I am Max, also known as DreamcastGuy, so feel free to like and subscribe. Now, as I film this video, it's currently early May. I can't release this video for a bit because there's a bunch of embargoes going on, but as it currently stands, I'm actually reviewing System Shock on PC. I am actually reviewing Street Fighter 6 and Bolt Gun also, which is Warhammer 40k, you can see. So, lots of stuff that I'm currently very much in the middle of. Now, you're probably going, well, how do you handle that? How are you able to take on multiple major projects? To me, a lot of times it comes down to the fact that I just game a lot. On average, I usually play video games about 8 to 10 hours every single day. Now, you're probably curious as to how I'm able to stay focused and motivated. Well, a lot of that comes down to a piece of advice I got way back in 2006. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and there was this guy named Jonah who at the time was the world's fastest leveler. He would play games, he would get characters that were supposed to take hundreds of hours to max out. He'd do it in a weekend. And one of the things he used to say is, the biggest tip for beating games is get a full night of sleep. If you are mentally aware, if you're enjoying it, if you're excited, if you're not sleep deprived, if you're mentally all there, you're able to beat games a lot faster. That's part of this, but also I do think that sometimes people think games are longer than they actually are. In this case, I beat Warhammer Bolt Gun. I've already finished that. The whole video is completely done. Now, that took me 15 hours to beat, so I did that in 2 days. I did 2 7-hour sittings, and then in between that, a lot of times while I'm playing a game, I am concurrently writing the script notes. So I will completely beat the heck out of a game, a lot of times testing extra difficulties, doing side quests, and while I'm progressing on it, I'm writing down systems, leveling stuff, how do the guns work, basically so that by the time I roll the credits, it's very easy to just flip on the camera and immediately have a finished product. Like right here, I'll actually put in the Bolt Gun review footage. This is a totally done review. This total took me about 20 hours, including editing time for a video that's pretty easy to crank out. Now, what about something that's bigger and longer? Something like Street Fighter 6. Now, this is a very unique project because there's online multiplayer. Of course, there's arcade mode. Obviously, there's the big, huge RPG-esque aspect of it. World Tour mode, where you're actually meeting characters and leveling up and trying to, unlock skills and stuff like that. When I'm beating a game, a lot of times I will mark the footage and put it into separate categories. So what I decided to do with Street Fighter 6 is I played a bunch of arcade mode on hard first and recorded a bunch of that to also practice and get my skills up. Then when I started the story mode, now I'm ready to take on any boss, to do anything, even if I'm a little bit under-leveled. Now, a lot of times I think people believe that I'm just doing these 10-hour gaming sessions in a huge block. How do you not burn out? How do you not get completely brain dead? I mean, I hear that constantly. People say, how have I been beating 50 games every single year for the last 8 years? Don't I ever get bored? Don't I want to touch grass? I think people are a little bit confused because On the surface, you guys are just seeing the videos. I'm doing a lot of stuff outside of this. Obviously, I really enjoy going to the gym. I cook a lot of food for myself. I hang out with my friends a lot. Tonight, I'm going to a big, crazy concert for my favorite band, K-Flay. 10 hours a day sounds like a lot, but when you actually break it down, it's really not that hard to wake up, immediately start playing a game, taking notes, editing content. Sometimes I'll have to take a break to film a little news video and stuff, but there is still a lot of time still for me to go to the gym, to run on the treadmill, to sometimes just ride my bike and listen to music. I think additionally, the aspect that some people don't consider is that this is my job. YouTube 100% pays my bills. I need to have videos done. That's actually how I'm going to eat. So the way I think about it, because I have worked some very bad jobs, I've done construction, back-breaking labor, I've done landscaping, throwing bricks, laying sod, mowing yards. In my mind, this job is easier, even if it ends up being more time-consuming. Because you go, okay, you're paying, 60, 70 hours of video games every single week. Doesn't that get mentally arduous? In my mind, no, because the way I think about it is that I am able to stop whenever I want. I can pick the games that I want to review. It's not like people are forcing me. I don't have a boss. I don't have a manager. I don't have deadlines. And additionally, a lot of times I get games way in advance. A lot of times I have stuff sometimes weeks or even a month before it comes out. So I have a lot of time to actually beat a game, to digest it, to appreciate it. And even if it is a game that sucks and I'm having difficulty really plotting my way through it, I do have that extra fire under my ass that it's like, okay, well, this isn't optional. I need to finish it. I need to write the video. I need to actually get paid. So to me, I guess I'm always so excited for that next game review, even if it is something that is a bad game. A lot of times it's creatively motivating for me to actually play those weirder projects that are difficult to put into words. The tiny downside of this, though, is that it does make it where if I miss a major game, it's difficult to go back. A game that people have been absolutely begging me to review as I knock over an energy drink. Maybe that's also part of how I'm doing this. People have been begging me to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor. You can see my copy actually has dust on it. I haven't even put this into my PlayStation 5 yet. You can see I've never popped the disc out. Part of this job does require that I'm always staying on... Part of this job is very much about sticking to the schedule, thinking for the next month, what am I going to play? What am I going to beat? What am I going to be working on? Which means the purely for fun projects, they take a backseat. A lot of times I am always trying to figure out what comes next. And that means that when I just want to play something that's long and goofy and purely for the enjoyment of it, that stuff is harder to fit in. But to me, I'm fine with that. I actually really, really enjoy reviewing games. It is the most fun freaking job imaginable. You guys cannot even fathom how exciting it is to beat a game that has no walkthroughs. You have no idea what you're getting into. You're the first person to actually beat a boss. I mean, there is an immense amount of enjoyment that I get just out of the sheer act of reviewing games. That even if a game isn't my most favorite project of the year, or it's not really even that optimized, it's still so fascinating to get a chance to be that giddy kid playing a game before anybody else. Maybe that's immature. Maybe that I'm supposed to take this more seriously because I'm a games reviewer. But at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. I'm glad that I get to have so much dang fun every single day. And that's because of you guys. I mean, this has been a heck of a journey. Every single day that I wake up, I'm still just absolutely shocked that I get to do this. I've been doing this for years. And the channel just keeps getting bigger. Views keep going up. Everything is just insane across the board. And that's because of you guys. It's because of your excitement. It's because of all these freaking games. It is a great time to just be Dreamcast Guy. So I love you guys very much. And I hope this answers your question as to how I do this, how it's possible to put out so much content and still sleep, 7 hours a night. Honestly, it's easier than you think. But thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I have no idea when I'm going to post this video. I literally have so many reviews planned right now. But yeah, here, I'm going to move my mic a little bit. See, so there's System Shock. System Shock, there's me, there's my cool audio, and then a million other games. Man, I love this job. If you've ever thought about being a YouTuber, do it. Do it. If you can make it, it's the best. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.